Hello viewers, I'm SB. Welcome back to Caves of Cud, where I know what we've been doing wrong, and we're gonna fix it. I think it's obvious. The problem here is that we have been just betraying the true nature of the land of Cud. Why be a truekin when you can be of the soil itself, right? Let's go in here and mutate a little bit. So, we choose a calling, and then we're gonna choose some mutations, and things are gonna get pretty weird. And I don't really know what I want to do yet. You know what I think would be a good idea is a character with a ranged attack. Let's maybe focus on some kind of ranged attack. So, gunslinger, maybe exciting, not a bad call. Pistols are interesting and available a little bit earlier than some of the good rifles, because definitely part of what happened with that last character, right, is that I got greedy for the rifle. I was like, oh my god, a good gun. What would I do for a good gun? And it turns out the answer is die. There is something to be said for for taking a character who has wilderness lores. But also, what if you had two guns though? But what about if you had two guns? The Warden has bow and rifle skills and pistol skills and yeah, let's try gunslinger. Let's go for a gunslinger thing. And then let's take some mutations. So there are the 3 morphotype mutations to start with. We have 12 mutation points here. If we make ourselves a chimera, we can only manifest physical mutations. All of our choices when manifesting a new mutation will always be physical. And whenever we manifest a new mutation, one of our choices will also cause us to grow a new limb. That's fun. Think about that. What if not dual pistols, pistol arrow? What if it was 5? What if we had 5 pistols? Esper is kind of the same thing, but for brain, no limbs. No limbs for your brain there. They would just rocket out the side of your skull. That's going to be counterproductive. Or we could pay 3 points to choose the unstable genome. You get 1 extra mutation each time you buy this, but the mutations don't manifest right away. When you gain a level, there's a chance that your genome destabilizes and you will get to choose some new mutations. So that's interesting. I am inclined to go Chimera because I do think it's very funny. I think mostly the thing that's cool about that is how funny it is. All right, so things to consider. If we are going to have both to all of our hands filled with pistols, first of all, for the sake of melee weaponry, it might be a good idea to have some way to melee weapon without hands, right? The second, also light has that problem. So, there's night vision down there. We got some options. Let's take a look through the big old list of mutations here. Adrenal control lets us quickly fire up a bunch of bonus quickness, and all of our physical mutations gain 1 rank. 20 rounds on a 200 round cooldown. Honestly, pretty exciting. We can put a beak on our face, allowing us to peck at our opponents. And there are variations on this. Okay. Different kind of bird stuff going on. If you want a rostrum, they'll let you do that. What other game will let you have a rostrum? Come on now. Caves of Cud, Game of the Year. This year and also each year of the last 17 or so. And I'm only partially joking. So you bear spade-like claws that can burrow through the earth. Claws can destroy walls. They're a natural weapon that deals crummy damage. But being able to dig is powerful, for sure. Carapace is kind of whatever. That's not so exciting. We can fire corrosive gas. Some of us have that ability already. It's sort of natural. Plus strength and the ability to daze opponents is kind of nice. You accrue electrical charges you can use and discharge to deal damage. So you can charge up to 4,000 points and release it for 1d4 per 1,000 charge. If you get EMP'd, it all goes off. You can drink charge from energy cells and capacitors. And you can provide charge to your equipped devices. That's pretty neat, but it's not really doing the things we're talking about. These abilities, which just give you a weapon that, just give you a beam weapon, that's kind of like having a non-hand weapon, right? That solves some of the problems of holding too many guns. My biggest concern is that we're gonna have all these guns, then an enemy's gonna come at us around the corner, and we're gonna have to do melee combat. So, good idea to just have a solution for that, though. Unnaturally acute hearing, I suppose, could help us deal with that. Just plus 15 quickness all the time seems very powerful. Horns give you a chance to gore opponents with your melee attacks. Do all this extra damage. Don't get to wear helmets, which I guess is a problem. You do get some bonus reputation with antelopes and goat folk. There's some cool variants on that as well. Multiple arms is exciting. Although the only thing it's really good for is melee attacks. I guess you can't really aim more than 2 guns, probably. Extra legs is kind of cool. Night vision, I feel like we're probably taking. But there's also... I know there's one where you emit light. That might be a mental one. Let's go ahead and just check night vision. I think we're taking night vision. Phasing lets you phase through solid objects for 7 turns, every 100 turns. Obviously very powerful, but also... risky. You know, obviously if you just phase back in while you're inside some stone or something, that's going to do what you imagine it's going to do. It's pretty bad. Photosynthetic skin lets you bask in the sunlight instead of eating to gain a special metabolizing effect. Bonus natural healing rate and 15 quickness. While in the sunlight, you accrue starch and lignin that you can use as ingredients in meals. A +1 DV while occupying the same space as foliage. Huh. This seems pretty rad. And then also plus reputation with plants. Who doesn't want to be a friend to plants? This is unrelated to all of the concerns that we were talking about earlier, but I do think we're going to check it. What if we're some kind of gun tree? Friends, what if we're some kind of a gun tree? And that's why we grow the extra limbs, because tree. This is it. We hit it. This is the concept. Quills. Sometimes trees have quills. Well, like thorns. You can fire them. +2 AV as long as you retain half your quills. +1 AV otherwise. It is extra AV. Maybe. We're going to come back on the quills. We have 8 points left. We might with the quills. Regeneration obviously is very good. Bonus chance to regrow a missing limb, because sometimes you need your limbs back. Sleeping gas generation is pretty much what it sounds like it is. Slime glands let you cover an area with slime, which doesn't really do anything except make it more likely that people will slip when they walk around. And of course it removes our chance to slip on slime. Spinnerets are kind of interesting. If we take spinnerets, then we don't necessarily... It doesn't really give us a way to deal with people in melee, but it does give us a thing we can do while we're running away from people who got into melee range with us, and then they get stuck in our web. It doesn't really fit with the tree thing, though, I guess. There are stingers. Just give us a chance on melee attack to sting opponents. I mean... different kinds of venom. That's kind of okay. Thick fur gives you some heat and cold resist. Triple jointed gives you bonus agility, which does help you hit people with your ranged attacks. And a chance for sprint and agility prereq skills to not go on cooldown. 2 heads means lower action costs on mental abilities, which is not really our thing. Also, chance to shake off negative mental status effects. I mean, it's certainly not bad. Toughness and the ability to sprint. And then wings. Wings don't really fit with the tree thing. They are very good, just broadly. Obviously, the reduced chance of becoming lost, the ability to actually just like fly around. But I think we're gonna take... I think two-hearted kind of sounds like we're like a very nimble tree. We're more nimble than most trees. I think that's fair to say. But it just feels like the bonus toughness makes sense, right? And then like quills are kind of trees, plants. Some plants have quills. We all know this. We all know this to be true. What else can trees do? What else is like a tree thing? Trees are strong. Probably. I've never been punched by a tree, but I do imagine that if I got punched by a tree, that would hurt a lot. That feels right. Tree could have a bunch of legs. Or like a pretty nimble tree. I'm thinking maybe we cut two-hearted, so we might have up to 5 points left. Because two-hearted is mostly bonus toughness, but also we could just pay for 2 points of toughness if there's something here that's a little bit more interesting. Extra carry capacity is good, but that's not very much. And having more passive move speed is going to help us get away from and keep away from enemies. I think I'm going to turn off the two-hearted. We're going to take multiple legs. Because it's our root system. And that's why we're fast, because we figured out how to run on the roots. Perfect. There are no flaws in this character concept. We are going to juice the agility, obviously. Accuracy with ranged weapons is damage output with ranged weapons. We are also... Everybody loves a tree. Clearly. Toughness is important, because you know what's good is living. Some strength, because we want to be able to carry our gear more than anything else. So willpower modifies the cooldown of your activated abilities. Modifies your natural healing rate. I don't know that we need a huge amount of willpower here. Intelligence also might not be our most critical bonus. I mean, I do want to put more points in agility. Obviously, we're at a spot here where it's a little expensive to do so. We got a fair amount of toughness. We have just like base, zero modifier ego. I mean, I don't know. Being able to actually kill people is pretty important. And then if we end up with some extra arms, we can just put melee weapons in the extra arms. Probably short blades, given the agility thing. Because it worked out very well for us last time. Is 18 toughness enough? I mean, it is a positive modifier. I'm going to take it. We're going to take it. We're going to go. This is our thing. And we need a name that is tree-like now. Also, a pet that is tree-like. Do we have a tree-like pet? I mean, Franzi. As soon as you say it out loud, you get it. But, like, hold on. Our pet doesn't have to be a plant. I don't want to, like, pigeonhole us. Which is a thing. Are pigeonholes the thing that trees have? But, like, it could be a bird, right? It could be a thing that, like, lives in the branches. What about this cool owl? None of this other stuff makes quite as much sense. This giant beetle that's called Man Opener is that's compelling. But what if we have a friend who's a bird? Okay, and then we're the Incredible Night Tree. Well, let me type in the Incredible Night Tree. Do we have enough characters for this? Of course we do, because Caves of Cut is the game of the year. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. This is the winning character. We've done it, friends. Okay, let's get in here and hope that we don't immediately get consumed in some sort of terrible wash of violence, as sometimes occurs. So, talk to me about... No, I didn't want to pass by gloaming. I wanted to look at gloaming. What's your deal? Two wide eyes open like bright-shored locks of a different realm. The mere act of looking traps your own eye in their currents, and you're dragged through a procession of spectral forms and drowned in their black waters before rising to the surface of your familiar buoyant world. Now the smooth and feathered bird is visible to you, lit from behind by a distant gleam. As they flap the shadows off their wings, they appear to take on the shape of something else. That's pretty rad. That's pretty rad for a bird. Okay, Gloaming, you and I are going to be the best of friends. It seems like people are pretty chill here in the spot here. Notice, we are green. Makes sense to me. Mehmet, hey buddy, I would love some work. Yeah, tell me about... Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Tell me about these spiders. I will go find a spider for you. Also, while we're here... Sorry, we should look at him first. What's his stuff? He is hated by oozes and flowers and the villagers of... He's hated by the villagers of Cock for telling bawdy jokes, but I do feel like they brought that on themselves. because they right? It's not just me. I don't think it's just me. All right, I'm not gonna water ritual with him because who knows how much we will need to be loved by the villagers of Kalak. Warden Iraim is all upside here. Everybody loves this dude. Your thirst is mine. My water is yours. All right, she's one of the greatest heroes of the land, you know? That's understandable. Mehmet told me to go to Red Rock. Should I do that? Okay, I'll fight a baboon for you. Hey, you. Do you want me to visit the 6-day stilt for any particular reason? Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, free trinket. I'm not going to examine it because I don't want to break it. But if I don't examine it, how will I know what it is later? Okay, so we have our left hand. We have our... It didn't occur to me that the quills were going to actually consume our body slot. So, like, the 2 points of armor are not actually all that... Okay, well, listen, it's too late. We did it already. You are disliked by water barons. Do I want to be disliked by water barons? That seems risky. It's fine. I don't need to be friendly with these people. That's cool. Don't worry about it. All right, Bird, if you're going to come inside now, and don't open this door while I'm stealing things. 41 drams of water. Pretty good news. What's in the chest? I mean, the only thing that's worth anything is this copper nugget, but it is worth something. Pretty good trade value. Again, we are at like the default amount of... Is this painted? Nope, it's just ornate. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to close the door. Door, close. Then interact upright. Steal this bottle of asphalt. Sure. Seems fine to me. Why wouldn't you want a big bottle full of asphalt? Oh, hold on. Before I do anything else. Okay, so we have these pistols, right? 7 penetration, 1d6. These are good weapons. These seem relevant. Legitimate, maybe. We started with 250 lead slugs, which I'm super happy about. If I hit equip auto on this, what does it do? Okay, you can't do that. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So we don't need to buy your gun. I will buy all your lead slugs. Weird artifacts and odd trinkets abound. Oh, he's got a willowy musket. What does willowy do again? Okay, it just means the item weighs less. That's pretty whatever. Well, okay. I don't feel like there's any reason for me to hold on to this copper nugget. I'll give that to you. And then I got some witchwood bark. I got some beetle jerky. I don't really want to carry this around. You can have that. And I guess that's it. Do I want anything else from you? It's probably a good idea to have some bandages. You know, I'll just take his entire supply. That gets us pretty close to even. Even enough. Okay. And then... This statue always has the same bit of history on it, right? Yeah, taught Abram to sow water vine. Okay, cool. We know about that. Listen, it's important to know some things about Reshef. You don't necessarily have to believe in or worship Reshef to recognize the value that information about Reshef has to the culture here. I caught myself mid-step, mid-breath, mid-thought. That's some pretty good graffiti. All right. Wait. Argive has a snail-encrusted pocketed vest? What does that mean? His mushroom cloud of beard hair is powdered with all the abrasions of the trash sea. White lime, red iron, gold filament, opalescent shavings of the plastaglomerate. chrome joints and pieces of scrap crystal are hooked to pockets lining his torso, and one of his bushy eyebrows is perpetually cocked, though whether that's a symptom of an insatiable curiosity or a forehead mutation is unknown. Okay, yeah. Where can I find a cave? I will return with a knickknack. I'm not going to give you this one that we have here. I'm going to go find a different one. I guess we better try to identify this. It is a box of crayons. Okay. Good to know. Then we want to go one screen north and have a look at that statue before we leave. Alright, what do we got? It's a shrine to Omasp II, the Aquamarine Scroll. Deep in Library Province Natum, Omasp II stumbled upon a clan of robots performing a secret ritual. Because of her philosophical visage, they furiously rebuked her and declared her a villain to their kind. That seems very prejudiced. But okay, I would love to go to a library. That sounds actually really excellent. So I think we're going to. So we have Akimbo. Whenever we make a ranged attack while wielding multiple guns, we fire a shot with each of them. We do have the ability to turn this off if we're trying to conserve ammunition. And then of course Bask and Quillfling. So every time we Quillfling, we're going to fire 30 quills. We get 0.25 per round. If we drop below half, we lose an AV. Okay. Quills don't really deal very much damage, and they don't have a lot of penetration. This was a cooler idea when I thought it was extra AV on top of our armor. I didn't realize it was going to replace our armor. Well, like I say, it is what it is. We will try to figure it out. So let's head up to Red Rock here. And see what's what as far as enemies go. We have a Ray Cat just kind of hanging out. A small kitty, and the glassy fibers of her coat bend the light of faraway stars into strange loops. Alright, so we have night vision. And we can see in the dark, but it's not like the greatest. Oh, I hear combat. What the hell happened here? Something murdered the Ray Cat. And we don't know what. That is actually a little concerning. I hope my owl's going to be okay. Alright, here we go. The way down into Red Rock. And immediately I'm covered in garbage. Okay, that's a small boulder, the size of a small boulder. They're quite heavy. Don't really make great throwing weapons for things our size. Alright, a situation like that where one bullet will kill the enemy also might be the kind of time where you would turn off Akimbo, I suppose. So if I hit Quillfling here, it didn't work. I'm trying to kill the jilted lover here. Verdurous Siri, mottled with thorns, reach for the warmth of a body. They hug the air in desperation. Yeah, they can just keep hugging the air. We do want to be pretty careful about getting too close to Kudzu, because obviously we do not want to get our guns rusted. Okay, freeze grenade, hell yeah, take that. Bark armor, sure. An iron longsword, probably valuable. Ugh, some goop snuck up on me. Got a little bit of distance, there we go. I did hit the shale pretty hard as well. The bats are... okay, this bat is covered in blood and sap and slime, and it's wading through the liquid, but somehow still flying. Alright, awful lot of bones around this part of the dungeon. Maybe a little concerning. What just killed that bat? The bat dies. Oh, I see. There's a jilted lover in the corner. We're just gonna continue down. It's a stationary plant. How dangerous could it possibly be? I'm trying to pistol whip this this dreadroot to death, which does eventually work. How am I so bad at hitting a thing that's directly adjacent to me? No, just shoot the... So you notice, like, the path it's drawing for the bullet is going through the shale. I don't know how to make it want to shoot in a way that makes more sense. So when I target this tile, it does draw a path that goes through the space of the jilted lover, but I can't get it to just... We're having a terrible time hitting this thing. All right. Turns out I don't really have that much accuracy. Never mind that thing I was just saying. I'm incredible. So notice, only 66 skill points. Pretty huge bummer, actually. We really, really do not make skills very quickly. Sling and run gives you no accuracy penalty for firing while sprinting, which is pretty good. Weak spotter gives you some crit chance. Ooh, disarming shot. You have an agility-based chance to disarm your opponent when you score a hit with a pistol. It's not a thing you have to activate. It's just free disarms kind of all the time. We probably will save for that. So, as you noticed, we also gain mutation points here. So on this screen, we can hit M to buy a new mutation if we have 4 mutation points, which we currently don't. We can also rank up some of our mutations, any of the ones that have numbers after them, to improve their functionality. Maybe, so the quills have 10 ranks. It's got to be the case that it turns into more AV with later ranks, right? Gotta be. Even more. Wow, it doubles the move speed bonus with a single point. That's pretty exciting. So my initial thought was that we would save up some mutation points to buy new mutations at the beginning and then improve stuff later. But I wonder if going hard on improving our quills is going to be necessary to sort of like keep up with the danger that things pose us since we can't wear better armor. So what does this actually improve? At the moment, all it does is add quills. Creatures attacking you in melee may impale themselves on your quills, breaking roughly 1% of them and reflecting 3% damage per quill broken. So adding 80 to 100 quills is going to improve that functionality somewhat. It's also going to let us fire more quills before we... It does also double the regeneration rate. That's interesting. You know what? Let's go ahead and level that up. Ah, yes, and on the next level up, it gains AV. Okay, so that's how we'll manage to have good armor eventually. I am reloading compulsively because that is what I do in video games. Huh. The bird seems to just kind of vanish. I guess like stuff is moving into its space, right? Okay, we're doing a great job of killing these early things. So that'll get us disarming shot, which I am pretty happy to have. What else is in this skill area? Critical hits you score are more deadly, although it doesn't have any mechanics for that, so it's hard to know exactly how good it is. Cooldown 200 for 20 rounds. Firing a pistol only takes half a round instead of a full round. That's pretty powerful. And finally, action cost of firing pistols is always reduced by 25%. That's bananas. 29 is a lot of agility. But that is legitimately bananas. I think weak spotter is probably like the next most compelling thing here, although also obviously there's a lot of value in picking up some like points of tactics or whatever. Hey, wait, let's back up. Rest until healed. Look at me, learning from my mistakes. No, goo, stop approaching. Okay. I was getting a little nervous there. Some trash, a slender club. I mean, maybe we should loot that, right? It's still 2.5 pounds for a club. It's really hard to imagine that that's going to be worth the carry weight back at a merchant. This, on the other hand, is a free copper nugget. That's for sure the good stuff. Brackish. Okay. None of it's good water. Let's go away from all the dreadroot. Gosh, there's a lot of slime down here. Okay, it turns out there is no escaping the dreadroot. The dreadroot is everywhere. Oh, I heard something. Shoot. That chameleon is very slick. Is that... Okay. The trash is flashing like that to convey that it is both salty and slimy. Alright, so I think it seems like our bird just doesn't participate in combat, which I guess is fine. A slimy web-toed honey skunk, which is neutral. Content to just let us go on our way. What are you? Bulbous snags of plant are clustered in sundry sizes. Spines poke through the dusty spider matting that dresses them. Yeah, gross. Wow, but also valuable as an enemy. Well, I think, let's maybe upgrade the thing here. So does it cost 1 mutation point to upgrade quills? Yeah, I think we want to do that. Get the extra AV. Okay, I cannot advance this mutations rank yet. I think that's the message it gives you when you don't have enough points. We'll just bank, because I do think I want to focus on that for a bit first. We're gonna get real tough and also potentially good at panikedly firing our skin at enemies in case such a thing must occur. And you never... Wow, what is going on up here? Petal-shaped arcs of nectarous secrets next to a sparking beetle, which has a 25% chance per turn to repel gases that are near it. A lens of glass has crusted over the smooth stone where the heat of sacred math burned the air, then cooled in QED. Under that dermis and the meteoritic layer, an electric heart grinds on the fields of magnets at the Earth's core and radiates a shower of sparks. Hi. Patty mortal, bring me 6 mimic corpses, and I shall reward you with heightened skill. 6 mimic corpses. Okay. Well, I guess I'll write that down in case I encounter 6 mimic corpses. And there is a lot of electricity arcing off of this thing. I don't even, like... In how many games do you see 6 mimics? A slimy iron dagger. I mean, we'll take the dagger, I guess. Ah. Alright. Let's try to get rid of this dreadroot. I'm not afraid of the slackjaw, and perhaps I should not have spent ammo on it, honestly. Okay, it had a weird artifact. Oh my god, everything around here is so just like covered in slime and garbage. Alright. What is going on with this area? It's weird is what's going on with it. Let's have a look at this artifact. Okay, stun rod. If we do, in fact... Oh, right. Your pistols, ranged weapons don't actually take up a slot. I always forget this. Well, our stun rod doesn't have an energy cell in it. so it's not necessarily a great weapon. We can equip that. I didn't realize I had a corpse, or I had a torch equipped. We have night vision. I say immediately before noting that a snapjaw has managed to sneak up on me. Yeah, we could probably just sell our torches, honestly. Okay, well, in theory, there's like a staircase around here somewhere. I do not believe we are at the bottom of Red Rock. I guess it's probably... Okay, got Dreadroots or Dreadvines playing ping pong with us. Okay. It's got to be down here, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's got to be down here. Okay, it's just in the middle of a big pool of slime. No, sorry, not that. I meant shoot gun at enemy. Yeah, ammo is not infinite, and it's worth remembering that we are unlikely to find a place where they're willing to sell us like hundreds and hundreds of bullets. So once we run through our initial supply, we're going to be bound a lot tighter. I don't know how you even interact with such a staircase. All right, well, cave spiders. What if you were all dead? Please be careful, bird friend. I have to say, these guns are they're certainly not letting me down. Okay, I do think it is probably time to get a little bit of a move on, although this would be a pretty good time to fling some quills, I suppose. But yeah, let's back up. Got one shot left in the pistols. I think I'll just take this moment to reload while nothing is adjacent. Okay, now it's just normal snapjaws. I'm not really worried about these guys at all. Let's see if they have any meaningful loot. I'm inclined to take daggers just because they're very light. Like, even if you don't get good trade value out of them, each one of them only weighs 1 pound. I've lost track of where all the corpses were. Slimy wet leather whip. Leather armor. Is armor valuable? It's very heavy. I don't know. We're gonna take the whip. The whip is quite light. It wouldn't have to be worth very much for it to be worth picking up. That's a bat corpse. Okay. I think we got everything of value there. You know what? Let's just... That feels like a take all. It won't let me take everything because there's a bat. Alright, I will take the things individually. Is that bat even hostile? For some reason, yes. Shooting through this, like, tiny little gap between the walls is not ideal. Alright, y'all got anything interesting? Leather moccasins. Don't have any actual mechanical value. They're just shoes. What am I next to? A hammock. Okay, yeah, no, that is what that is. Weird artifact. Okay, even more grenades. Always welcome. I'm trying to be a little bit careful with our carry capacity because it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not great, is it? So just not picking up a ton of terrible garbage. Is there anything in this basket? No, that's okay. We can leave it empty. We do occasionally have to reload the gun. Okay, nothing in that one either, which I guess I'm not surprised by. There's a fence built across the pathway here. I am bad at chopping down fences. Lightly damaged. I mean, it's not fighting back. We can afford to just work this. Ah, but then there was an enemy. Okay, he had a beaded bracelet, you know what, and a dagger. A lot of tiny knives on these snapjaws. A 15-pound clay jug. I think we can probably skip that one. You know what? Take all that stuff. Okay. They have their own ranged attackers. Uh-oh, our genome has entered an excited state. Well, I think we're going to rapidly advance these quills. Wow, okay. They sure did rapidly advance. That was not a joke. Having a hell of a time shooting that snapjaw, although at least the snapjaws and the amoeba are not getting along. Okay, I saw that minus 29 and I got a little nervous, but checking the combat log, that was me. I did that. Oh my god. Yeah, them approaching me through this gap in the corner is really causing some trouble. Alright, so I have been hitting him. He is wounded. I think their ranged unit is still up and in that up and to the right of us, trying to fire down into the corridor here and having the exact same problems I was having. There we go. Problem resolved. A feathered scarlet shawl. A silk shoulder drape that gives bonus reputation with birds. I mean, I guess equip it. Love to have a reputation with birds, and we didn't have anything else for our worn on back slot, so. Take this. You know, I didn't actually look. We should probably know. With our quills, oh, it said they advanced 3 ranks, didn't it? They don't appear to have actually done that. Ah, this mutation's rank is capped at 3 due to your level. So that didn't... Okay. Well, I wish it would have told me that they can't actually be rapidly advanced, because I would have made a different choice. But whatever, it's fine. Wow, I accidentally killed both of them. One of those shots went awry the exact right amount. A set of painted furs. What have these been painted with? A scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Yalarad. On the night of a full moon, a soldier found a babe with a mighty boot in each hand outside her outpost. She and her fellow soldiers adopted the babe and named him Yalarad. There's a saddest story ever written joke in here somewhere. Raddest story ever written, baby boots, only ever held, something. I'll take another water skin. It's a relatively cheap way of carrying more liquids, which is something we hope to be able to do. You know, it would be cool if we could put hand to a bunch more water. So we got our way down now, but we also have lots of other fun stuff going on. So I'm not in such a hurry. I bet there's going to be nothing in all of these. Oh, never mind. Cider and jerky in that basket. Nothing in the other one over here. Okay, yeah. I'm glad I checked. Slimy vine wafers. Who wouldn't want to put that in their mouth? Go down is what I meant. Okay. Red rock, 4 strata deep. This is the farthest we've ever been down here, right? That Snapjaw should not have followed us. I don't know what he was thinking. I have been impaled. So, these young ivories, packed into rents in the shale, are spinescent shoots of blooming ivory. Yeah, they're just stealthed. They sit in a tile and wait, and when you enter the tile, they reveal themselves. They confer a bleed status effect onto you. They are generally dicks. Let's just rest until healed here. I know there's a plant shooting at us from over here, I think. Alright, kind of just mapping out the walls because I'm a little nervous. Who knows what we're going to run into this far down. Although I guess in practice it looks like a lot of the same stuff we have been running into. Alright, make sure to reload periodically. Probably shouldn't loot that while there's an enemy right there. Okay, array cat. Oh wait, even further down. I'm a little surprised by this. I didn't remember how deep it went. Wait, did that thing have a stun rod? It did, but no cell. Well, they still might be worth a little something. Oh, did I accidentally hit that Ray Cat? I did. Shit. Sorry, Ray Cat. You're not hostile and coming to kill me now, are you? Yes. Hold on now. A burrowing Gershling burrowed into the ground. Alright, I am too far away from this thing to be able to hit it. There we go. Take that, the Ray Cat. And here we have our Gershling. Star orchid saliva pools at the tips of its digging fangs and drips onto pallid leg things. It shudders in the capture of some pristine ecstasy lost to space and time, and it lets out a proud and piercing whine. Okay. That's all very impressive, but here's the thing about you. I was going to say you're not immune to bullets. But then again, maybe it is. Okay, so it died and it didn't leave a corpse. There's a bronze dagger here. We are supposed to bring back the corpse of one of the spider things that's eating the water vine, right? So I'm a little bummed out that that thing, which would seem to be our huckleberry, has not left us a body to bring home. All right, let's just use this campfire real quick to whip up a meal. A dram of shale, a gentle thorn from a jilted lover, a sesame seed, just the one, and a crowned mung bean. We eat the meal, and that makes us feel sated, despite the fact that what I just described is probably like a gram of food, maybe. All right, we got some corpses around here, but they're snapjaw corpses. Damn it, stupid ivory. All right, we're doing a pretty good job of quickly recovering from the bleeds, at least. Okay, this dagger's iron. That could be useful. Yeah, I should probably be doing more stuff like that. Giant beetle? Okay. Actually, very difficult to kill. What I was gonna say is that I should be doing more making sure I'm attacking with my melee weapon against trivial enemies so as to save on ammo. Obviously, not super relevant here. I am taking a real beating. We don't have any fast healing salve. I do have some witchwood. I'm going to just get across the water here real quick. It can swim a little bit better than I was hoping. It's also very badly wounded. Okay. I didn't necessarily want to use the bark if I could just get to safety and then rest until healed, which I'm trying to do, but we keep getting interrupted. Okay, we're doing some decent damage. He got stuck. Come on, just die, damn it. Let's try to kill that snapjaw real quick. Wow, with that thing held perfectly still, it took that much effort to kill it. All right, you also have a dagger. Okay, I'm going to try once again. Rest until healed. Cool. I do not like the number of enemies you're seeing here. We got some Lover's Blossom, a leather whip, a bronze dagger. What happened on this tile? Nope, don't shoot at that thing. Shoot at the ambulatory one. All right, try not to be adjacent to a thing called a brute. Nope. I gotta be more careful. Usually you can just tap F and hit space and it'll shoot at approximately the right thing. For some reason, it didn't really care about that guy. I gotta tell you, this is some disappointing stuff. So, I am picking up some stuff that probably looks like garbage. And I'm not going to tell you it's not garbage. Can I just rest until healed here? Oh, I'm still bleeding. That's what the problem is. Or leaking is maybe a better way to put it, since I leak sap instead of blood. Okay, let's get rid of you too. We got a strange plant. That is something we can examine. Ah, okay. Compacted seed matter that's been stuffed into the leaf mitt of a coiled tendril, which you can use as a gun. Accuracy low, and not as good as any of our guns. What about this? Oh, a flaming iron dagger that has a power cell in it. Replace cell with nothing. Okay. A chem cell. Probably not something we're gonna do anything with, but it'll sell at least. What kind of gas is that? Alright, try to stun gas me. I suppose that makes sense. This is just like an underground... We're still like way underground, right? Yeah, this is just an underground like grassy area. We found a field down here. Alright, getting to be a lot of slimes and amoebas and whatnot. And we're really not getting a lot of XP for them. Do I want to be exploring this way? Should we have just taken the stairs down? Whatever is most important, surely it's down there, right? Okay, the knoll worm is hostile and it's fast as heck. But every time we have moved enough to get clear of it, I've run out of ammo. Well, I told you it wasn't going to take all that long. I'm a little surprised at how quickly it happened, if I'm being honest. So now that we can't shoot people anymore, I'm definitely nervous. All right, do we want to just descend? What kind of thing are you? A flashbang miner. And a salt hopper. You know what? I'm just going back up. I don't have to deal with any of this. Maybe we should just leave. I didn't get the Gersling corpse. None of these things are it. Snapjaw, battle axe. Yep, wet Snapjaw corpse, which I imagine smells just wonderful. Well, this is a little bit of a disappointment. I feel like we didn't really do the quest, but I also feel like I don't know that we can fight without our guns. We would probably be best off heading back to town. I guess we can use the seed spitter as an interim weapon. Has enough drams of sap to fire some bullets at least. Maybe we just go back to Joppa, sell stuff, buy more slugs. I bet he has more by now. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to think about this. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I think the Incredible Night Tree is off to an absolutely amazing start here. We are totally out of ammunition, which is a huge problem. But aside from that, things are going very well. Our skin is hard and very sharp. And really, what more could you ask for? When you come back next time, I will have decided whether or not we're just going back home. And then, regardless of whether we do that or not, more adventure. And we'll see you then.